Born in 1942 in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, actress Pamela Tiffin began her career as a teen model in Chicago. She was discovered by famed producer Hal Wallis, who insisted upon having her screen tested. This led to her being cast in the 1961 film Summer and Smoke. She quickly found herself with a promising Hollywood career, appearing in numerous hit films alongside heartthrobs like Paul Newman and James Cagney. She then appeared in a string of smash hit Italian comedies before flashing the camera a little skin while posing for Playboy. The brown-eyed, bouffant-haired brunette rose to fame when she was just 19 and immediately became one of the hottest sex symbols of her time. Join Facts First as we take a look at some seductive photos of Pamela Tiffin in her prime years. Tiffin's meteoric rise. Pamela Tiffin Wanso was born October 13, 1942 in Oklahoma City. Her parents were Stanley Wanso and Grace Irene. Early on, her family moved to suburban Chicago. It was there she found her success as a teen model at age 13. At first, she appeared mainly in print ads, but in time, she also did runway shows. 3 years later, she and her mother relocated to the Big Apple. While attending Hunter College in New York City, Tiffin appeared in the short film Music of Williamsburg. While she remained focused on her modeling career, this early experience behind the camera proved quite inspirational. At 19, while vacationing in Hollywood, Tiffin paid a visit to the Paramount Pictures lot. It was there that she was spotted by producer Hal B. Wallis, best known for producing films like Casablanca and True Grit. Wallis, knowing a future star when he saw one, had Tiffin screen tested. This led to a part in Summer and Smoke, which hit theaters in 1961. She played Nellie Ewell. Summer and Smoke was based on a Tennessee Williams play, and it was about a spinster and her love for a local doctor. These two roles were played by Geraldine Page and Lawrence Harvey. Tiffany's character Nellie was the young, innocent woman who stole Doc away from Miss Page. That same year, she played the feisty daughter of a Coca-Cola exec in the political comedy 1, 2, 3. In that film, her character traveled to Berlin and married a dashing young communist man played by Horst Buchholz. Of course, by doing that, she was very much ticking off her corporate bigwig father, played by James Cagney. Tiffin received Golden Globe nominations for both of her first two feature films. She was seen as being one of Hollywood's most promising newcomers. Fame suited her. Her third film was 1962's State Fair. It was a remake of Rodgers and Hammerstein's 1945 musical film. She played a farmer's teen daughter looking for romance at the fair. She made 24 films in the 60s and early 70s. In 63, she played a newbie flight attendant in the rom-com Come Fly With Me. She followed that up playing a wealthy man's flirty daughter in Harper. During this time, she became known for appearing in films geared toward teenage audiences. For example, in 1964, she co-starred with Jamie Darren in both For Those Who Think Young and The Lively Set. In 1966, Tiffin made her one and only appearance on Broadway, playing Kitty Packard in the Kaufman and Ferber comedy Dinner at 8. The year prior, Tiffin was cast as Marcello Mastroianni's wife in the Italian comedy Oggi Domani Dopo Domani. Reluctantly, Tiffin was convinced, with a great deal of quarrel, to dye her hair blonde for the role. She ended up liking the look so much, she kept it. She also decided around this time that it was time to say goodbye to Hollywood. Her experience with Mastroianni had been so positive, she figured she'd start making films in Italy instead. This decision might have alienated fans in the States, but it earned her a legion of new ones in Europe. She went on to star in at least a dozen Italian films. Before we show you more photos of Pamela Tiffin, be sure to give this video a like and subscribe to Facts First if you haven't already. She left acting behind altogether. When she was barely into her 30s, Tiffin chose to retire from acting. Although 15 years later, she came out of retirement briefly for one last screen appearance in the Italian miniseries Quattro Storie di Donne. Initially, Tiffin told the press she'd given up acting to instead focus on raising a family. But she later told author Tullio Kezich that the real reason why she made the decision was because of how erotic Italian films were becoming. It got to the point where every audition she would go to, inevitably, she'd be asked if she was willing to appear either in the nude or partly nude on screen. Fortunately, she had budgeted and invested her money smartly and knew she would be able to get by just fine without appearing in more films. Her last American film was 1969's Viva Max, a comedy about a Mexican military general in the 20th century trying to recapture the Alamo. For her convenience, parts of the film were shot in Rome, where she was living. The decision to leave the glitz and glamour of stardom behind was something no one could have predicted. In 1961, in an interview with New York's The Daily News, Billy Wilder called her the greatest film discovery since Audrey Hepburn. Later in the article, Tiffin told veteran journalist Joe Hyams why she was starting to prefer acting to modeling. She said that while a model sells herself, an actress sells the characters they play. She said she was beginning to feel bored with simply showing off her face and body. Seeing as how she left acting behind because of how erotic Italian cinema had become, it's somewhat ironic that she posed for Playboy in 1969. But then again, modeling in the nude is a lot different than showing skin in a raunchy film. Pamela's love life. In 1962, Pamela Tiffin married Esquire magazine editor Clay Felker. A year later, he was made the founding editor of the Herald Tribune's Sunday supplemental section, New York. Eventually, this supplement became New York Magazine. It's worth noting that while married to Felker, Tiffin's relations with the press greatly improved. Felker edited the magazine until 1977. His marriage with Tiffin, however, wasn't as long-standing, and the two got divorced in 1969 after a lengthy separation. But they remained friends and still had a lot of love for each other. In 1974, Tiffin married Italian philosopher and professor Edmondo Danone. Edmondo was the son of filmmaker Marcello Danone. With him, Tiffin had two daughters, Echo and Aurora. Pamela Tiffin died of natural causes on December 2, 2020, at New York City Hospital. She was 78. Now it's time to hear from you. What part of the story was most surprising to hear about? Let us know in the comments section below. And before you go, make sure you give this video a like and subscribe to Factsverse if you haven't already. Click the bell icon to stay updated on all our latest content. By the way, if you haven't joined Factsverse as a member yet, be sure to look below this video and click the join button. By becoming a paid member of Factsverse, you'll get access to exclusive video content that you won't find anywhere else. This includes some of our more mature content that isn't suitable for public audiences, which includes topics like Hollywood actresses who posed for Playboy and some of the steamiest moments in movie history. Plus, you can enjoy these videos completely ad-free. Our biggest fans will notice they also get badges next to their name when they leave comments on our videos. We pay special attention to comments from our members, and so do other viewers. So if you want exclusive content from Factsverse or inside access to discussions with other community members, click the join button to get started for just $4.99. There are hours of members-only videos waiting for you, with new videos added every month. And we're actively working on bringing even more features to help fans like you connect with other members and get more of your favorite content. Just click join, and we'll see you inside the membership tab.